everyone, welcome back to my channel. I feel like I always go in just really like, yep, serious, pumped, ready to go, really excited. And then as soon as the camera goes on, I start just like, my brain shits itself. So it is currently, oh shit, I went to check my phone, but I'm recording on it. I think it's like 9:40 at night. So today's video, I really wanted to do a what's in my Milsim / Skirmish bag. I know a lot of people that play airsoft, and Milsim is usually something that goes for like 24 hours plus. I know people that play it for a few days. We do have a few of those sorts of events in Australia, and specifically in Queensland. When we play Milsim, it's usually like a skirmish. So you go out for a full day's game. We just kind of call outdoor games Milsim. So I know for some people that are like, that's not a real Milsim. Is what we call it here, but I understand that it is a skirmish. So I'll refer to it as either. I do eventually want to do a 24-hour at least. Maybe, I don't think I could do like a couple of days, but I'll try a 24-hour Milsim. That sort of loadout and what I take with me is going to be completely different, but this is based off those skirmish days. So I have a bag ready to go that what day is it? I do this in every video. I feel like I could do a compilation of being like, what's Erin gonna say today? What day is it? What time is it? This time I'm recording again, so I'm sorry. So I've got my bag ready from a couple of nights ago. So today is Monday night. I played yesterday morning at Nuketown on the Gold Coast. So if you're familiar with the Gold Coast, it's kind of like north. It's in Pimp Mud, just off Rifle Range Road. Their field has been set up for a couple of years. So I've checked it out a couple of times and I've had a great time. It's a nice refresher from just competitions all the time. So I'm enjoying doing competitions, but then I also like doing the fresh outdoors, screaming louder to project my voice across a acreage block, a huge yard. Yes. So I did just want to show you like what I pack. A lot of people will vary, but there's really no right or wrong way. Along the times that I come, like we'll go to these events, I'll be like, oh shit, I've seen what someone else has done. I might actually do that next time, and just tweak it as I go. But this is what I currently run. So my essentials really is my blaster. I usually take at least 2. I took 2 last time and I regretted that because as soon as I went to chrono them, I'll show you one thing. So when you play at Nuketown specifically, what they do is they have a FPS limit of 350. They will chrono your blaster. So I took my SEMA, it's just an MK18 SEMA, nylon. This one's a nylon gearbox and it was a 7-volt battery, but it's been upgraded. I think it's running 16:1 gears, and we've pumped it to an 11 volts. But yeah, so Nuketown, actually check it. They'll put the date on it and there's a little code. And the cool thing is usually, well, the couple of times that I have been there, they didn't do it last time. So I think they'll do it on busier days, is sometimes they use like the tag number that is on the sticker as a raffle ticket sort of prize as well. So that's pretty cool. I know they do it for special events. They don't do it all the time, but it is cool. So I went to get this one chronoed and it was fine. I don't even remember what it was chronoing at, but generally, like, I don't care. As long as it's going to be nice and straight and firing and good to go. I'm not out to hurt anyone. I just want them to be able to feel it, especially wearing a lot of the tactical gear that we usually take. Oh, what the fuck is that? It's okay. It's a little scuff. I don't think you can tell. Oh yeah, you can. I'll fix that, that's okay. But yeah, so this is the blaster that I took. I spend a lot more time playing with my sort of speedy, shorter close quarters blasters. So I haven't really spent a lot of time really perfecting what I want my like skirmish outdoor blaster to look like. But so far, the MK18 SEMA has been one of my favorites, and nice and affordable. Like, this is good for anyone to start off with. SEMA's, I've never had any issues with SEMA. They've been really nicely built. The only thing that I had done differently with this one is we changed out the T-piece from a SEMA T-piece to Gen 8. So it now takes Gen 8 mags, which is a little bit more accessible, and I think they're great. Like, I haven't had any issues with Gen 8 mags. I know the SEMA ones sometimes can have feeding issues, but that can be solved. Like, it's an easy fix, so that's fine. The actual suppressor on the front of it's also just nylon, and this one is from the Vector. I had one of my friends put that on, and I think it looks really cool. I just had the tip of the barrel exposed, and I never really did anything with it, so I'm so glad that it looks like this. I'm really happy with it. So just comfortably shouldered. I usually have the buttstock fully pushed in, but if it was extended, it's a lot longer. Obviously, that makes sense, doesn't it? So that was my primary blaster that I was running, and then I brought my Wells CQB2S, which is like a shorter blaster with a mini M16 buttstock. I'm talking about it like it's not here. Grab it. It was literally right next to me. So this one. So this is kind of the opposite. It's all black. It's full metal. Really, except for I hit the only thing that's not metal on it. Okay, so the buttstock's not metal, but the receiver, pistol grip isn't, but the suppressor is, and I love the suppressor. So this one actually came on the blaster, and it does change the sound of it, so it kind of amplifies it, which is really cool. I went to take this one out, and I've had this one for a while. This one also has had the internals changed and upgraded. It was the return spring. The return spring went. So if anyone that's not really familiar with how that goes, I was trying to chrono it, and the gels were kind of just dribbling out the front. So that wasn't really actually pushing the nozzle back and forth and pushing the gels out. So I took that one apart, but I couldn't fix it on the day. So I really only ran with this one, and that's fine, or else that one would have also been tagged like this blaster. Sorry. Okay, so I actually had to go walk away and transfer some of my media onto my computer because I'm already running out of space on my phone. But yeah, now that's over, that's okay. So the other things that I just wanted to mention that I'm not showing you in this video are things like I would get them on the day. So like drinks, snacks, they're a huge part of, I think, if you're going out for a full day skirmish, especially in Australia when it gets really hot and you're running around with like a full face mask on or a full kit and you're just sweating head to toe, having bottles and bottles of water on you, as well as like I take heaps of Powerade. Sometimes I'll get the Powerade powder and just make them in the, sorry, where was I? Yeah, so I take just like cheap, bigger 1.5 litre bottles of water. Oh, actually, I think I might have some. Like these bottles to drink out of, but then I also grow the gels in the spare ones too. So these are just some leftovers that I've got. Here's some I prepared earlier. The snacks, I really like to take stuff that are nice and sugary. I will take nuts and fruit and stuff other days, but usually it's some lollies and something just quickly and easy you can grab. And then a lot of the fields that you play at, if you're going to be playing, sorry, my reflex is starting to kick in. A lot of the fields that you go to, you can, they will have some sort of like cafe or canteen sort of style little setup. So like bacon and egg rolls, sausage sizzles and stuff like that are also available. So for lunches themselves, you don't really need to pack anything. Saying that though, the group of friends that we went with on the weekend, one guy brought a whole barbecue and the other guy brought like 24 packs of sausages. That was our setup. And then another guy, oh, shout out to Ethan if you're watching this, he decided to bring a family size caramel tart, and I just thought that was amazing. He's like, do you want some caramel tart? And then just out of nowhere just pulled out this huge one, and I was like, fuck yeah. But I didn't take any, I just thought it was hilarious. So for me personally, I like to take small things that I can snack on. So let's just say chocolate bullets, they're like one of my favorites. Kind of just grab them as you go. It's not something you have to sit there and have to wash your hands over because you're covered in dirt and sweat most of the time and sunscreen. So I prefer not to have anything that is just too fiddly. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna cut to the actual bag itself, and I'll talk about what I'm actually pointing at and demonstrating. Okay, so we'll see how this angle goes. I've got my bag in front of me, so I'm just gonna open that up. I've got, so it's a gun bag. I think this is like a meter. Hold on. Yeah, I'm 1.5 meters. So now, I've got a couple of pockets in the front where I keep some of my things. Some are actually spread out because I've taken my batteries out to charge at the moment. So, I know I've still got some in here. So the bottom pocket here, just to something easily accessible, I like to keep my batteries. I'll show you how many I take with me in a day. So I've got 3 then, I've got 1 on charge at the moment. All my batteries have been connected over Dean's connections, so these ones, if you're not familiar with Dean's, so that's just one of my serious stuff batteries. I've got one of these more generic Elite Soldier batteries that I just got the plugs changed over, and then my Titan battery. So my Titan battery already came plugged in, just like the serious stuff. These are my 2 go-tos. So this one's usually just a backup, or if I have anyone like a friend that needs a spare battery and theirs has died, I've got that one there. These 2 are a higher milliamp and they just fit better. It's a little bit more consistent with the charge as well. So my serious stuff in my blaster, the buttstock, so with my MK18, the buttstock's a navy stock, so I can just slip that one in and I've still got plenty of room and it's not too long, so I can close the stock completely, so it fits nicely into the buffer tube. This one's usually for my ARP, but I also do use this for the CQB2S, so that's where that other blaster that wasn't working, I would have usually just run that. All these ones are 11 volt batteries as well. When you use better quality batteries, I don't usually need as many. So I can just run that 1 serious stuff battery all day if I was just using my MK18. The next pocket, which is just this smaller central pocket. This might sound really stupid, but I absolutely swear by it. If you get makeup wipes or just like facial wipes of some sort, they are so refreshing at the end of the day, just regardless of who you are, age, gender, whatever. These are just really nice. Once you get that sweat build up and you start getting it in your eyes, or you get dirt or sunscreen on your hands, in your eyes, these are really good. So I always bring them in every bag. All right, and then I've got one of the top pockets here. Actually, I'll just show you what that's like. So these 2 top pockets here, it's split into 2, so they're good for batteries. I don't know why I didn't put my batteries in there, but I didn't. And this one here, I've got my Titan battery checker. So I take this every single game I go to, regardless of how long I'm playing for, or if I know my batteries are fully charged. Most of the time I end up lending this out to other people. It's so great because it does plug into the wall and charge it, but then on its own, it will check your batteries. So I'll just show you how that one quickly works. And your 7 volt batteries go into there, and your 11 go into the other one. Plug it in. It comes up with total reading, and then it comes up with the individual cells. That also balance charges too. It's just great as like a little insurance policy, and it doesn't take long to use, so it's super, super cool. Now, so with this bag, there's that small, okay, so we went through the smaller pockets, then there's like a secondary zip. You've got the main zip that goes through the whole bag. This is still one of the front ones. So I'll bring the camera down for this one. So what I actually have in this other section is I keep all my mags. Because yesterday I was only running my MK18. They're all Gen 8 mags. So just an M4 style mag with the trapdoor on the side. And I always make sure I fling the gels out when I'm done with it too, just so that you don't get any of your mags rust and die. So yesterday I ran 5 mags. In here I've also got my gloves, which came in handy because the day before I happened to get heaps of paper cuts on my hands at work and they just stung, and I knew I'd get dirt stuck into them. So I like my gloves for that. It's not super essential, like it does hurt. Oh, sorry, it doesn't hurt. It does feel a little bit funny if you get hit in the fingers or the knuckles, but with your skirmish sort of days, you're playing a little bit further away, so I don't think it's super essential, unless you're like crawling in the bush and rolling around on sticks and shit and trying to grab stuff. They're great. I do still use them, so. Band-aids, I've always got band-aids, so if you see me and you need a band-aid, they're usually neon ones. These ones that I brought were hot pink. Deodorant, Always take deodorant. I've got my magnesium oil. So this one's called Karma Rub. And it's just this liquid magnesium rub. I always get muscle cramps and just tightness. That this one isn't like deep heat or anything like that where you'll get a film on your hand and happen to poke yourself in the eye. A lot of the toilets that we use at these venues are just like basic setup, so it's not all of them have like really great quality hand washes that would get rid of that residue on your hand. So this stuff is great. It's just a couple of drops and you just rub it into the area. So usually I get like legs sort of cramping and maybe up my back. So I take that, and then I've also got, because I played at Nuketown, they gave me one of their, it's hard to see, one of their business cards, and on the back it's got $5 off my next game, so that's pretty cool. So I'll just keep that in there, so in case I go there next time and I remember to use this. It's just a one-off, but that was nice of them to give me that, so thanks, Nuketown. Now that's everything for that pocket. Okay, so we're going into the main set. Okay, so I've just flipped the camera around. So I've got my blaster. So that's my chest rig, which I'll try that on just to show you how that one sits. I've got one of my hats. So I was wearing multicam, and I plan on wearing multicam to the next Nuketown day that I go to. I put one of, I'll rotate between what patches I use throughout the, I guess, the games that I play. They've all got Velcro adhesives on it, so, I'll just switch them out. And then on the back, I rock the Shorty one. And then I usually wear a casual shirt to the game and then change into my shirt. So this one, I've got a Serious Stuff patch on one arm. And then I've got Next Gen and the Pew Pew Club. I think that one's from Tack Edge on the other arm. So I'll try that on, and I'll try it on with the Tack Bra. I only just bought this the other day and I haven't had a chance to use it, but that's the Amamax dual point sling with round hook. I'm probably going to still run it as a single point sling, so I'll connect one of the round hooks to the other one and just link it up. Being on the MK18, I've got sling points here, but it's pretty long, so you're going to see in the mirror, if I was to hang it off myself, it's going to be a little bit funny, so I've got to just make sure that it's a little bit higher than probably usual, or else I'm going to just like... Hopefully if I'm running like that, I would have my blaster out anyway, but... yeah, sorry about the weird angles. I will change into my shirt. Okay, so I've got that on now. So you can see the patch is a little bit better. So I've got my Serious Stuff. I could really just move that and put another patch on. And then my Next Gen and the Pew Pew Club. And I'll never go out with this much makeup on, not a red lip. I've gone out with a little bit of makeup. Sometimes I just feel like putting a bit on, but it won't be to the point where I'm wearing hoop earrings and red lipstick. I do have other Tack bras. So this one's just a little clip on the side. I don't usually run around going, but, So personally, I prefer a Tack bra. It just sits a little bit more comfortable. And the pros of having a little bit of room where my cleavage is, I can fit a speedloader. So that's usually how I get, I don't want to say the word around. That's how I usually go from the green zone to the spawn. I leave this at the spawn. Sorry, no I don't. Okay, so depending where I'm playing, if I'm playing close quarters, I'll leave my speedloader at my respawn area. If I'm playing out, let's say Nuketown, Donnybrook, Mango Hill, any of those outdoor fields, I will leave this halfway so that even if I don't get hit and I'm out of ammo, I will walk back to an area where I don't have to walk the whole way back. And I also don't like carrying it on me. It's just too bulky and I'm too clumsy, so I'm very inclined to, I'm very likely to tip it over. And this one's lid snapped off, so if it's upside down or I'm kneeling over, it kind of pulls out, and I've had it happen before. So from experience, just somewhere in between my my spawn and where I'm at, so I can kind of run back and then get to it and then keep playing. It works out perfect for me. Everything that I carry in my blaster bag, I've already gone through. The rest of the things I've got is my gels. These, I think something happened. Oh, I was sick and I couldn't go to one of the events. I had that happen two weeks ago, and I've had these gels left over. So some have been used and taken out of water, and then others are still in water. These are the Ozgel Supers, the pink, the special edition ones. Okay, to keep this video a little bit more on the shorter side, I'm not going to go through the whole toolbox that I carry, but I'll show you some essentials that I recommend for everyone to have in their blaster bag or kit. I'll show you. Can't do it. Hold on, let me start again. I'm not going to go through my whole, I'm going to keep this in just to show that I'm like trying my best. Okay, so I'm not going to go through my whole toolbox. I'll just show you everything that I've got with me. I won't go through my whole toolbox. I'll just show you what I think is essential to have in a gel blaster kit, an essential gel blaster kit. If you're curious on what I've actually got in my toolbox, let me know in the comment section below, and I will do a separate video on that. But right now I'm just telling you a couple of essential things that I reckon is great. And I've had experiences where I think they've definitely come in handy, or else I've had to borrow it off someone else and learn from my mistakes. So one of my favorite things is I will actually carry a battery tester. So that is, yeah, you can see that a little bit better now. A 9-volt battery tester. I use it for a mag. It's a battery that tests the mag. So I don't know if you technically call it a mag tester. That's the function that I use it for. Sorry. See, I was going so well. I feel like it probably wasn't that well, but I feel like I've done so well for me. And then now I'm like, Phew. But yeah, I'm trying my best. Haven't had coffee, haven't had any sort of energy drinks. I'm just thriving on myself. So yeah, so that, for anyone that's not sure, I'll put that in that same toolbox shiz video, but that's a huge thing. So you actually connect that up to the terminals and it'll feed the gels to test if the mag's actually working. So the mag's got a little motor in it. This is some really cheap super glue, but I always just carry that with me just in case it is just for something that is like an aesthetic and you need a quick fix, or it doesn't really matter the quality. And then Allen keys. Now I've got my Allen keys that usually come with like hop-ups, so the really, really tiny ones. And for everyone that's not in Australia, or sorry, in Queensland or Western Australia or South Australia, for anyone that's not in Australia, hop-ups in gel blasters, I think 99% of the time actually go onto the inner barrel at the front of the blaster. The only reason why I say that is I've spoken to Rogue Customs. Check him out on Instagram as well. He does amazing paint jobs, but I've spoken to him and he showed me, well, he told me about the gearbox of an airsoft gun, and the hop-up is on the inner part of the inner barrel. So the part that connects to the gearbox from what I know, but it's on the inside of the gun rather than on the tip of the outside of the gun. So I thought that was really, really crazy. Swear by these. So these are by Serious Stuff. Go see Next Gen Blasters Australia. They're definitely online. They're at Nerang on the Gold Coast. But these come in a 4-pack, and I've got, I think they go up to 3. Yeah, they go up to 3 mil of these things. These are super essential. So for some people, just carrying some small Allen keys is fine. I've got some larger ones, so if you're trying to get into the actual receiver and you need to take your blaster apart. From what I know, these were actually designed for gel blasters specific, so it's just essential for everyone's kit. Electrical tape is another thing. I've had times where my knee pads have slipped down and I've just taped my leg. Zip ties, mag tester, Allen keys. Essential Allen keys, like don't carry all of them. I do really, really like to take a flathead I really like to take a flathead screwdriver or a Phillips just as a precautionary thing, but a lot of the times there is someone else around the field that's got something that fits anyway. Yeah, I think that's everything for this video. The only other thing that I do want to say is For everyone that knows, there is some things going on in Western Australia at the moment with the legalities of gel blasters. For more information, I do recommend going to visit OzGel on Facebook and on Instagram. I know Dan from OzGel is planning on doing a podcast. I think it's this Wednesday night, so just stay tuned. But the update and for all of that sort of information is going to be on his Facebook page, so just check out OzGel. He's hosting it, but there are a lot of big hitters in the industry that are going to be the ones that are going to be backing up the sport, because if we don't support Western Australia, the same thing is going to happen as what South Australia, and it's incredibly sad that they're under such strict regulations now. So for everyone in those states, I'm really thinking about you. I'm hoping that this all pulls through and it's okay. But anyway, I would love it if you could go give them some support and some love as well, because they are going through a little bit of a rough time with the legality. So check out OzGel for that. I will do some more videos, I have my new laptop ready, so I will be uploading more often now that I've got something a little bit more reliable to edit on. So stay tuned. If there's anywhere you want me to check out, if there's anything you want me to review, if there's anything that you're thinking that you're like, hey, Shorty should check that out, let me know in the comment section. Let me know on my Instagram account. I really look forward to the interactions I have, and as much as I have had a little bit of a quiet moment, everyone's still trying to reach out to me, and I really love that. So thank you so much. I feel like every video ends in, hi, I'm Flaky. I'm Shorty, but I'm also known as Flaky, and I'm very sorry about that. I have great intentions, and I feel like I mean well. I'm just trying my best, working full time, trying to do YouTube, trying to play gel ball competitively and for fun, and then see my family here and there, eating M&Ms in the time being. But yeah, thank you. And I hope you look forward to my next video. I'm really excited to do the next one. So it's about 10:40 now that I've finished doing this video, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys around. Bye.